Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, how are we doing? Happy victory, what is it, Wednesday at this point? 49ers have a game this weekend, and I'm excited. It is week 2, Rams and Niners. It's officially a home game. We're going to talk about that today, but the most important news of the day, shout out to everybody in the chat real quick before we get to it. What's up, Raphael? What's up, Shergo? What's up, Stephen Reynolds? What's up, Tej Beats? Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know the vibes. How are we doing today? The 49ers are coming off an amazing week 1 performance. And you know what? They were recognized for that dub. You had my main guy, Brandon Aiyuk, won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week, man. That is unbelievable, man. What's up, Drunk Polish? Let's go. NFC Offensive Player of the Week. That is so cool. He said he's ready to take off this year. Remember earlier in the offseason, he says, I'm going to take off. And he has already 8 catches, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. We all know he was saucing everybody up. The routes were crazy. The blocks. I mean, Brandon Aiyuk is becoming a household name. And that is a great way to open up the season. Let me tell you, the more Brandon Aiyuk does, the better he does. His price is going up and up and up and up. But that was awesome to see, man. Brandon Aiyuk getting nominated or named the Offensive Player of the Week. That was a great cherry on top of a great victory this weekend. And again, Brandon Aiyuk really paced this offense. He was the guy that just came out and they could not stop him. Patrick Peterson could have stopped him. You guys saw the video on NFL Films, the mic'd up and everything. Brandon was in his zone. And, there was a play, touchdown, and Debo goes, I thought they had the tails. And Aiyuk's like, they don't have it. They can't stop. They was like, you can't stop me. It's unbelievable, man. Brandon Aiyuk is locked and loaded. It is crazy. Big Time says every year when we get a player on a contract year, they go crazy. Absolutely, as they should. Money motivates. And Brandon Aiyuk, man, definitely motivated by that money. And you can see week 1, it's already, he's already in just this unbelievable mindset. He's number 3 in receiving yards. It's week 1, I get it. But if he continues to play the way he played on Sunday, it's going to be an unbelievable season, man, and a phenomenal game for him. Again, it's just you see Brandon Aiyuk, and he's really become this complete receiver. He's got the hands, he's got the physicality. He's so strong now. He's just bigger than he ever has been. 4 years in the gym, NFL gym. The guy is just cooking. He's unbelievably talented. The route running is there. We've always talked about that, but just everything has started to come together. The physicality, man. It's just amazing to see what Brandon Aiyuk has put together and the way how far he's come. You got to remember a couple years back, this guy was in the doghouse, right? He was in Kyle Shanahan's doghouse. And he stepped out of it, and he's become one of the top dogs on this team. Shout out to Brandon Aiyuk. That doesn't always happen, but Kyle wants you to be a physical player, no block, no rock, and he's proven it, man. Proven it. So shout out to Brandon Aiyuk. It's very nice to see, and it was cool to see that he had the NFC Player of the Week. I hope he keeps this up, man. Again, the more Brandon Aiyuk does, the better he does, the higher his price tag goes. If I'm the 49ers, I'm trying to extend him now. But again, if I'm Brandon Aiyuk, I'm going to keep balling out and get my bag at the end of the season. If he keeps this up, man, he's going to get a lot of money. A lot of money. So shout out to Brandon Aiyuk. You know what? That wasn't the only award. That was not the only award. My man, Christian McCaffrey, won the FedEx Ground NFL Player of the Week. The 49ers were winning awards like crazy. The FedEx Ground Player of the Week, as we know, Christian McCaffrey was dominant. He had the big 65-yard touchdown run. Obviously, if you watch that play, Ray McLeod and Brandon Aiyuk were the big parts of that. The reason they got those that touchdown was because of those blocks. But he was named the NFC or the FedEx Ground Player of the Week in the NFL. 152 yards rushing, 22 carries, a touchdown. CMC was unbelievable, man. And he is going to go crazy this season. This is the first full year we have of CMC. We got him last year. It still feels like a dream that the 49ers went and traded for CMC, man. It's just incredible. So you had 2 big-time players on this offense. Brandon Aiyuk and CMC, and they just dominated on Sunday, and they both get rewarded. Like, this offense is the best I think they might have ever had in the Kyle Shanahan offense. And Kyle Shanahan, this might be his best that he's put together. You have Kittle, you have Aiyuk in the prime of his career, you have CMC. You've never had a running back like this, and this guy's in just peak shape. And then you have Debo Samuel. Debo Samuel, he didn't even have to do anything. And then you have, Juwan Jennings. You got Elijah Mitchell. They have so many good players on this offense. Just got to make sure that the offensive line can protect and keep Purdy upright. And Brock Purdy is unbelievable, man. Peter Parker, Deb, what's good? Big time says, did I watch Javon Hargrave's interview on Sherm's podcast? Not yet. I haven't had a chance. I just got literally before I started this live stream, my show today. I just got home like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes before I started the stream. So I have not watched it. I've been working all day, but I will watch it tonight. So I'll get a chance. I'm sure it's good. I love Richard Sherman. I saw like a clip on Twitter of Richard Sherman talking about the 49ers are the best team in the NFL. It's not the Dallas Cowboys. Richard Sherman he absolutely loves the 49ers. He's a homer, and I love it, man. He's faithful to the Bay. He's got the 49ers ranked number 1. He's all in, man. I'll check that out with Hargrave. What's up? Rams week. Let's go, Peter Parker. Big time says, what do you think of Collins at right tackle that got released for the Bengals? I mean, he's a big name. I know everybody wants a big name because Colton McKivitz, he's kind of shaky right now. But Collins has had a lot of injuries. His injury history is not great. I don't think the Niners should go and get an injury risk offensive lineman to go replace Colton. I think they got to let Colton ride it out and get better. He can only get better with more experience. Like, that's the thing. I know that Colton's kind of the weak link, but we have to see what he can do. We have to see what he's able to kind of go out there and give us. I hope he can get better, but he can't get better if he doesn't play. And I think Collins, a great player in this career. He's had a lot of injuries, and at this point, you just got to let these younger guys develop. I think him and Burford, their communication, their chemistry is just not there yet. It hopefully will improve, But Tej Beats definitely says we need to protect Purdy if we want the Super Bowl. Absolutely. Jimmy Perez, what's up? What's up, my man? Uncle Sherm says Debtopia. We all love Uncle Sherm. It's crazy how he went from the enemy, the absolute enemy of the state, to the hero. He's become a hero of this franchise. I remember when we signed him, when the Niners signed him, I was like, oh my God, what are we doing? And he won me over. He won everybody over. Peter Parker says you got to give Colton the benefit of the doubt. It was his first start as a starter. It was only his 5th career start. It was his first year. This is his first year as a bona fide full-time starter. We got to see what we have in him. It's unfortunate that he got dog walked by TJ Watt, but it's TJ Watt. The matchups won't get easier. We got some tough offensive or defensive linemen to go up against. Aaron Donald this week, obviously. They got Micah Parsons in a couple of weeks. They got Myles Garrett in a couple of weeks. So it's not going to be easy. But, the only way to get better is to go out there and get reps, right? But hopefully Colton gets better because we absolutely need to see Colton McKivitz being able to protect Brock Purdy and not get him dirty, What do I think about Brian Burns? He's a great player. He's one of the best defensive edge rushers in the league, probably top 5, top 10, depending on how you're going to rate these guys. He's great, man. He needs to get his money, but I don't think the 49ers have a chance to get him. It would be amazing. Brian Burns and Nick Bosa, 2 of the best in the business off the edges. But, let's put some respect on Drake Jackson. The rise of Drake Jackson is upon us, right? 3 sacks. He leads the NFL, tied with TJ Watt after Sunday's blistering performance. And that's the thing. I think the 49ers, they're counting on Drake Jackson to continue to be better. And I think that week 1, it showed that he's risen to the challenge. Last year, Kyle Shanahan says you got to get stronger. You got to build yourself up if you want to go and last the full season. They didn't get any veteran edge rushers, and they're putting all the test and stress and pressure on Drake Jackson. Can he become the guy they thought he would be when they drafted him? He was a 2nd-round pick. He's got a lot of talent, a lot of upside. And so far, Drake Jackson's delivering. So, yeah, Carolina has an amazing Brian Burns guy, amazing edge rusher in Brian Burns, but he wants to get paid a lot of money. The Niners just paid Nick Bosa a lot of money. You also have a guy named Brandon Aiyuk, who as we know, NFC Offensive Player of the Week, he's got to get paid too. So we can't have too many high-paid players. The 49ers roster is full of highly paid players. Trent Williams, Fred Warner, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Kyle Juszczyk, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, and on and on. The list, Mooney Ward's pretty highly paid. This list is pretty intense. So can't keep paying everybody. Brian Burns would be amazing. I love him, but there's no way. I'd be shook. I'd be surprised if the Niners. Hella Frankie says, to be fair, Colton was going against TJ Watt. Give him a few weeks to judge. Yeah, at the end of the day, we do have to give him a few weeks to really assess him. But like I said, it's not going to get easier. TJ Watt is the ultimate test, especially week 1 on your first start of the season. That's a tough chance. That's a tough challenge. But, again, there are going to be some tough matchups coming up. Parsons and Myles Garrett are the ones that immediately come to mind. And then in a couple of weeks after that, after the bye week, 49ers play the Jaguars and Josh Allen, he's going to be tough, a tough opponent. So there's going to be some really quality edge rushers, some really good pass rushers that Colton's going to have to really play and do well against. But it's early. Let's hopefully get up to speed, So am I pulling up to Levi South? I wish I was coming up to Levi South this weekend, but I won't be able to make it to the game this weekend. But hey, man, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be a home game. If you guys didn't see the news, if you haven't seen the updates lately, the 49ers are wearing their home jerseys in LA. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they are playing in their home jerseys. It is officially a red out in LA. I guess the Rams are wearing some white jerseys, and they are allowing the 49ers to wear home jersey at Levi's South in SoFi Stadium. That is crazy to me. If I'm the Rams, how do you allow the opposing team to wear their home jersey in your stadium? The jokes that's going to happen if the 49ers win this game, the memes, the jokes. It's crazy. We already say that we own their stadium. It's our stadium. The Niner fans, there's always more Niner fans in the stadium than Rams fans. It's crazy to me. Levi's South, they literally named it Levi's South. There's the song that says you can't spell SoFi without the SF. Unbelievable, man. When I saw that today, I said, there's no way. At first, I thought it had to be a joke. I thought Matt Barrows was trolling us. I was like, there's no way. There's no way we're wearing home jerseys. And then the 49ers announced it, and then they had to change their jersey schedule. Did you see that? They posted on their IG that they changed their jersey schedule. Pettiness galore. I love it. I love it, man. Whoever said let's wear the home red jerseys is a menace, Peter Parker. Absolutely. Can you imagine going there and says, hey, let's go into Levi's, let's go into SoFi Stadium and wear our home jerseys. This is the home opener. That's crazy to me. I don't know. To me, that just that's unbelievable. That's poetic, in a way, because everybody says it's the home away from home. It's a home stadium for the 49ers. And they're wearing their home jerseys. I don't care if the Rams are trying to unveil some new jerseys or whatever. You don't let another team, especially a division rival, especially the 49ers, who have owned them. And it just, the way that, it's just unbelievable to me. I could not believe that. The 49ers are going to wear their red jerseys. That's crazy. Now, the 49ers have to win because this is an ultimate petty move. This is a petty king move. They got to win this game. All right? So, yeah, I wish I was going to this game too now. Oh, one of my best friends is going to be there. And he texted me after he saw the update. He goes, there's no way. He goes, are you joking, Rod? I was like, it's official, dude. And then the Niners tweeted it out. And I was like, he was like, that's crazy. He goes, that is unbelievable that we're wearing home jerseys on the road. Niner fans travel well. They're the best team in terms of fan base. Nick Bosa said it today. He says we probably have the best overall traveling fan base. He said Pittsburgh's wild. I'm pretty sure we're going to just take over, LA, man. And he's right. The 49ers just travel so good. I don't know what it is, but the 49er fans, you guys are special. We're special. The Niner fans are absolutely amazing, man. Shout out to all the Niner fans. It's always cool to go to a game. It's always cool to go to a game because there's just so much passion. Niner fans, we all know how passionate Niner fans are. And it's crazy on the road to see Niner fans just dipped out in red going to these games, taking over stadiums. We literally take over stadiums. The crowd is just Niner fans. I'm sure the players love that, man. They love that stuff. It is crazy to me. I've been to a couple of road games, I remember when I went to Dallas a few years back for the playoffs, it was a sea of red in there. It was wild. Like after the game, just Niner fans all over the place. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. Drunk Polish, what's good? He says Debo and Kittle about to go off, baby. I think so. I think this is a Debo game, man. I think Kittle will have a nice game, but Debo Samuel against the Rams. Let's talk about Debo Samuel against the LA Rams. Traditionally, Debo has cooked them. Like he has had some of his biggest highlights against the Rams. Now, I'm a little sad there's not going to be Jalen Ramsey because Debo has a special place in his heart for Jalen. He's really cooked him many times over the last couple of years. There was like a play where he like hits him and just truck sticks him. There was the play where he ran him over across his ankles last year. I mean, there's so many plays that Debo had and made just Ramsey look silly. And Ramsey got mad and always gets angry, and you could see him just fuming on the sidelines. It's going to be a fun time to see Debo Samuel crush those Rams, man. Like he has a. I was watching all his highlights. I have all the folders of all the plays and the highlights and stuff. I go to my Debo folder, and I'm just looking at all his LA highlights. I'm like, holy smoke! Like just so many of his big plays, some of his iconic plays have come against the LA Rams, man. It is wild. He owns them, and it's going to be a little weird. No Dan Brunskill. We always know that Brunskill and Debo own them. Brunskill's Aaron Donald's daddy. I'm going to miss that. But good stuff, man. Good stuff after with the Debo Samuel and the Rams. Like he just cooks them up, man. I'm excited to see what Debo does on Sunday against the Rams. Sofa says, I wish we could wear our red throwbacks instead. I wish they would have wore the red throwbacks. I wish they would have wore the red throwbacks too. I mean, it's pretty cool they're wearing the reds, the home reds, the standard home reds. But it would have been cool to see them wear the throwbacks. But I mean, at the same time, it's just so shady that they are wearing their home reds, their standard home jerseys, man. Home away from home. It is truly a home game. This is the home opener. And then we have the other home opener on Thursday night. So you got to love it. Susan says, hi, Raj in chat. Yay, Rams week. What's up, Susan? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Shout out to the chat real quick. How's everybody doing? I see everybody in the chat going there. Good stuff. I hope everybody's having a good day. We got a couple of days till game day. And the 49ers are preparing for the Rams, as we know. There wasn't really too many big injuries on the injury report today. They came back to practice, and Kyle Shanahan said there was only one injury, and that was Dre Greenlaw. He didn't practice. He has a groin injury. We'll see how the next 2 days go. I'm sure he'll kind of keep him, at bay and try to be easy on him. If anything, he should be able to go on Sunday, but we'll see. Now, if he can't, the 49ers linebacker depth is amazing. We have, D. Winters and Jalen Graham, the two rookie linebackers. So, and they got Warren Burks, and Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles. So if Dre Greenlaw can't play Sunday, it's unfortunate. We want him to play. He's a great player. He's one of the best linebackers. Him and Fred, dynamic duo. Fred Warner on his podcast the other day, he said that him and Dre Greenlaw are like peanut butter and jelly, man. They just go together. They're just such an iconic, duo. Like they're meant to be. It's peanut butter and jelly, and they really are. But if he can't go, we got Winters and Jalen Graham. Those two rookies are nice. So if anything, the 49ers out of linebacker position in the NFL, we all know that the 49ers linebackers are just far and above everybody else. They're far and above everybody else in the league. The best linebackers in the NFL. So I want to see Dre Greenlaw healthy, but we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. But again, he did miss practice today with the groin injury. We'll see. Sofa, appreciate you. Make your days better. I'm glad. Hey, Peter Parker says, I want to see the Niners. I want to see Winters if Dre has to miss a game. Yeah, I want to see Winters out there. That guy was a stud. Jalen Graham, though, the 7th rounder. He was so good in preseason, right? I loved watching Richard Sherman and Javon Hargrave. I got to check that out. I know you guys are telling me to check out this the podcast with Sherman and Hargrave. I'm going to check that out after my show. I'm excited to see that now. Peter Parker says, we really went from Willis and Bowman to Fred and Dre. We are spoiled. Absolutely, man. Can you imagine? You go from like the most dynamic linebacker duo in the NFL to the most dynamic linebacker duo in the NFL. It is so unbelievable. But the 49ers draft well, especially in linebackers. You got to remember, D'Amico Ryans was here for a long time. He was a linebacker coach before he was the defensive coordinator. And D'Amico Ryans really had an eye for those linebackers talent, the linebacker talent, because he was a linebacker, and it's crazy. Like this 49er team just knows what a good linebacker looks like. It's tremendous, man. Tremendous. Peter Parker says, I cried when Willis retired. Yeah, man, that was a sad day. I mean, he had the little tissue. He's at the podium, and I got to. That was a sad day, man. I missed Willis. He was a good player, but I respect it. He retired early because of the injuries. His toe and everything. He couldn't play 100%. Also, I think it was during the time when all the fallout was happening. The Trent Baalke, Harbaugh was gone. It must have been a tough decision, but I think that made it a little bit easier because they could see this team was crumbling. And, it's unfortunate. I wish he would have stayed in longer. Um, I think if he would have stayed in longer, he would have been a first ballot. He wouldn't have had to wait for a Hall of Fame. But eventually the man's going to get into the Hall of Fame, right? He needs to. He needs to get in the Hall of Fame, you know? Big Time says Chris Borland was going to be special. He really was. Those concussions did him dirty. That guy, man, that rookie season was a magical rookie season for Chris Borland. The one and only season he had. It was fun. I remember the game. I think it was New York. Dude had like 13 tackles. He had 13 tackles in a game, like a sack. Like, guy was everywhere. Chris Borland was special. I wish he didn't retire after that rookie season. Like, it was probably the most unbelievable rookie season I've seen in years. And then he retires. It was like, damn, man, what could have been? What could have been? He really was. What's up, Real Teal? Christine Workman says, hello, faithful. What's up? 49er invasion. Better see a lot in red and SoFi. I think you will, Oscar. They're taking over. The 49ers take over LA all the time. All the time. All the time. Yeah, he was definitely special for being undersized. He was just a monster in Wisconsin in college. I remember watching this guy in college. And when the 49ers got him, I was like, ooh, we got a tackling machine. I remember he was just like one of those tackling machines. I think he was a team captain for Wisconsin. We're talking about Chris Borland here. Special player. And then when he came to the Niners, he just picked up where he left off. And he just knew how to tackle players. He just knew where to be. His instincts were crazy. He just knew where to be and place himself. Special. Chris Borland was unbelievable. But so was Patrick Willis. Guy was amazing. And so was Navarro Bowman. God, that's another guy, man. The injury really screwed that guy. When he had the injuries, when the knee and everything happened, I was so sad, especially that Seattle game, man, throwing popcorn at him. And, man, that just everything about that was just shitty. And his injuries really, really sucked because Navarro was such a good player. And, when he came back, it was unfortunate because, he wasn't as quick as he was. He was still good. He was still dominant. But, they wanted to kind of give him less reps. They wanted to segue away from him. And he still wanted to be like the guy. And, they had Reuben Foster and, younger guys coming up. And I think Kyle just was like, look, we need you to be taking a less of a role. We don't want you to get hurt. And it sucked. And then he went to the Raiders, man. Like, that hurt me when Bowman left. But great player. Bowman and Willis, special. But you're absolutely right, Peter Parker. The 49ers went from Bowman and Willis to Warner and Dre Greenlaw. Special. Special, 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 man. Big Time says the defensive line on Sunday was killing the Steelers' 2019 vibes. Yeah, that D-line was amazing. Javon Hargrave has changed the 49ers defensive line. He truly has. I mean, the pressures he had, these guys were flying. Clelin Ferrell, Drake Jackson, Arik Armstead, Nick Bosa. Wait till Nick Bosa gets his sea legs under him. Wait till Nick Bosa gets his sea legs under him, ladies and gentlemen. He's not even in, like, football shape yet. He was just messing around on Sunday. Peter Parker says 6 sacks on Sunday. I think that's at least 6 sacks. Christine says, how do I feel about going against LA? I am excited about LA. I'm excited about this game. Everybody's, hyping up the 49ers. Hyping up the 49ers. Niners are getting a lot of respect. A lot of respect. Getting a lot of respect, if you guys haven't noticed. Everybody's switching up. You had Shady McCoy on Fox Sports saying Brock Purdy's the second best quarterback now in the league. You got everybody giving them their props. Colin Cowherd, everybody's talking about how great the Niners are. Number one in the rankings in like about 10 polls I've seen. I've seen like ESPN rankings, NFL rankings, Pro Football Talk. Everybody, Bleacher Report, everybody has the 49ers number one. So this is a big game for us. The Rams right now definitely came out. Didn't expect them to beat Seattle, but I think this is going to be a heavyweight fight. It's a division game. You can't take them lightly, but I think the 49ers are going to come out and just be dominant. It's going to be a home game for them. It's kind of crazy. This is going to be a home game for the 49ers. Wearing their home jerseys. Oh, man. What about the kicker trying to run in the TD? That was nice. Yeah, shout out to Mitch Wishnowsky. That guy's got some wheels. But, he's been we've known he's got wheels. He can hit, he can tackle. He's an athlete. This isn't his first sport. He's played other things, Australian rules football. So shout out to Mitch, man. That guy almost ran it in for a touchdown. Did I see that the guy had Purdy at 23? Yeah. Let's talk about that. Did you see that quarterback ranking? I think I posted it on IG. That guy's quarterback ranking. Like this. Oh man, let's see. Let's talk about this. We had, what's this guy's name? Who's this Rudy Poo's rankings? Some guy named Derek Klassen. Derek Klassen. Okay, Derek Klassen. He had Brock Purdy ranked as the number 23 quarterback. You want to know who's ahead of him? Let's go. Okay, you have Justin Fields ahead of him. Okay. You had Jimmy Garoppolo ahead of Brock Purdy. Okay, the 49ers replaced Jimmy Garoppolo. Obviously the injury, but come on, dude. They had Pickett. They had Kenny Pickett over him at 20. They have Jordan Love, who's played one game as a starter this year. They had Derek Carr, okay. Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones over Brock Purdy at number 17. Jared Goff, okay. Mac Jones, they had Mac Jones at number 15. Are you kidding me? That's where I draw the line. The rest of it, I guess they're all ahead of Brock Purdy. I can live with it. Russell Wilson, Tannehill, Tua, Cousins. Wait a sec. They got Geno Smith at number 10. Come on, man. Hurts, Stafford, Prescott, Lawrence, Burrow, Herbert, Jackson, Allen, Mahomes. They have Geno Smith ranked over Brock Purdy. This list is despicable. It's despicable. Brock Purdy, number 23. Yeah, Justin Fields, kind of low-key overrated. I mean, he's a great runner. He has, as an actual quarterback, Justin Fields, he looks very limited. That's all I'm going to say. What a crazy list. I should make my own top quarterback ranking. Purdy's way ahead of all these chumps. He's top 15 at least. At the very least, Brock Purdy is top 15, just like Micah Parsons says. And I think he's right, okay? You got Patrick Mahomes. You got Josh Allen. You got Lamar Jackson. You got Justin Herbert. You got Joe Burrow. Those are 5. Trevor Lawrence. I'll give him those 6. Dak Prescott. I mean, I'll give him that now, but Purdy's getting close. Matt Stafford, he has a Super Bowl. I'll give him that. Jalen Hurts. I got Jalen Hurts higher than Prescott and Stafford, but I definitely top 9. Geno Smith top 10 is disgusting to me. Get him out of the top 10. The guy had one season. He was a career backup. This guy won comeback player of the year from being benched. And they're going to have Geno Smith. Are you going to have Geno Smith in top 10 quarterbacks? Stop. Put him off. He's not. Take Geno Smith off that. Kirk Cousins. Okay, I can see him top 10. Tua, if he stays healthy, he's a good quarterback. Ryan Tannehill, he's so mid. I'd have Brock Purdy over Ryan Tannehill. There we go, at like 13. And Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's so washed. And then after Russell Wilson, I got Jared Goff. That's it. Brock Purdy's like number 13 in the league right now. At the very least. Geno Smith, top 10. Stop it. Derek Klassen. Who is Derek Klassen? Who is Derek Klassen? Like, I need to get this. Why don't I get to have these jobs like this? Like, I could be making money by making just garbage rankings, just throwing darts at a bar. Oh, yeah. Geno Smith, number 10. Yeah, okay. Unbelievable, man. Geno is day-old hot dog water. He's Geno Smith, man. Niners swept that guy. Unbelievable. But you know what? Brock has a lot of haters to silence. Just like Nick Bosa said the other day, that Brock, he shut some haters up. He did. But there's still going to be more. There's still a lot more of haters out there. People don't believe in Brock for whatever reason. They don't believe in Brock Purdy. And I get it. They say his arm strength's not this and that. I don't know, man. I'm tired of people just discrediting Brock Purdy. The guy is a good quarterback. Watch the film. Watch the games. He's a good quarterback. And I can't wait till he continues to get better because people will realize. They will realize. Jimmy says they probably want to see Brock do it for a full season. Yeah, you're right. You're probably right. They want to see him do it for an extended period of time. I know it's been a small, a small kind of window we've seen of him. Just a small sample size. That's the word I'm looking for. He had a small sample size. So I get it. I understand. People still are going to doubt. People are still going to hate. But, man, the more he plays, he just looks better. And, again, the thing about Brock Purdy is he's so poised, man. Like, I don't think people realize it's just he's so confident. He's so poised. He's cool, calm, collected. He's QB1. Cool, calm, collected, QB1. That's how he is, man. The players love him. He's like playing like a veteran. You know, that's why they went with Brock. That's why Kyle trusts him. He can run the system like a 10-year veteran. He's ran this offense better than any quarterback Kyle Shanahan has ever had. He truly has. They just hand in bags out to anyone to make garbage lists. I know, Julia. God, man, it's sickening that people get paid to make garbage lists like that. Peter Parker says they can say whatever they want about Brock, but hopefully the day comes when they say Super Bowl champ at the end of it. Absolutely. If the 49ers win a Super Bowl championship, the story of Brock Purdy will be the greatest story ever told. Mr. Irrelevant, 7th round pick, the last pick of the draft, out of nowhere, steals the spotlight, becomes the champion, leads the 49ers to their 6th Super Bowl. Like the 30 for 30, the movie on the documentary on Brock Purdy will be unbelievable. You remember the Kurt Warner story? Brock Purdy's might be, when it's all said and done, it might be better. Kurt Warner's story was phenomenal. Brock Purdy had the chance to become an even better story. He's got it, man. He's got it in between the ears mentally. Mentally, Brock Purdy has it. And that is what separates him from other players. And Brandon Aiyuk said this the other day on KNBR. He says he has that it factor. He goes, I don't know what it is, but it's just he has that swag about him. Brock handles himself with class. He just got this swag. I don't know what it is. It's just he just is so confident. And that goes a long way. Exactly, Elliot says. It doesn't matter. The locker room has trust in him. They absolutely do. The locker room loves him, and that's what matters. The 49ers believe in this guy. He's a captain. A captain. This man is a captain, a whole-ass captain. He was a captain. He voted a captain, 2nd year, franchise quarterback, 7th round pick, captain of the 49ers. That's huge. That is amazing to me. Whew. Susan says, I watched one episode of Jennifer Lee Chan's piece on him. So inspiring. Yeah, any type of documentary or any movie or any like video, or it's just inspiring to see this guy. Like, again, it's just, again, the guy that was like overlooked. You know, he was a great quarterback in college, but he got overlooked by the scouts because of his size. He just didn't have the prototype size. He gets to the 49ers, and it was just a dream come true for him. And he worked so hard last offseason. I remember in training camp and preseason, I was like, this guy's pretty good. I don't want them to drop him and cut him. But I remember they were paying, Sudfeld all that money. I was like, oh, man, I don't know if they're going to cut Sudfeld. But if you cut Brock, you're probably not going to keep him on this roster. And thankfully, they saw that too. And they cut Sudfeld despite, guaranteed $2 million. They like, we can't get rid of Brock. They kept him, and it all worked out. And now, the magical run, it was a sad ending last year. But this guy, he came back so strong from this injury. The rehab was tough. I'm sure it was. The rehab for that injury is not easy. And for him to come back and be at this level is just incredible, man. It is absolutely incredible. And I love the guy. His story's great. He's 23 years old, and he plays like he's 33. That's it. It's just, man, it's refreshing. The biggest thing that I take away from Brock Purdy being with the 49ers, there's no quarterback controversy. Like, I feel like the fan base is just like breathing. They're relaxed. You don't have to worry about mistakes. When other quarterbacks were in there, it was like you were waiting, when is the mistake going to happen? When is the mistake going to happen? And now you don't have to worry about it. Susan says he didn't miss a beat. He hasn't missed a beat. He came back from this injury. He got better. He got stronger. He came into training camp, looked good. Preseason came in, and the offense has just been as efficient, maybe better. Again, you had 2 players winning awards this week. You had Brandon Aiyuk, Offensive Player of the Week, And then Christian McCaffrey, the FedEx Ground Player of the Week, like that's amazing. But that just shows you that, of course, there's talent around Purdy, but he's making everybody good around him. He's getting the ball to everybody. He's distributing the ball like a point guard, and everybody's eating, and everybody's doing well. And again, they're succeeding because you have a quarterback that trusts them. You have a quarterback that can get him the ball. He's facilitating the ball to the playmakers, and that's what you need. He's getting the ball to everybody that needs it. And again, we haven't seen it. Like everybody, the argument is always, oh, he has great players on this. He has great players. I don't care if you have great players. You're an NFL team. You should have good players on your team. If you're a good football team, you have good players around you. But how can you make this offense elevate? Can you continue to play at a high level? Can you play like a well-oiled machine? And that's what the 49ers offense, since Brock Purdy, obviously CMC, they're scoring 30 points almost every single week. And that is a very high-powered offense, and it shows you that Brock Purdy knows how to operate it, and they continue to score points in bunches, man. And he gets the ball to the players when they're open, and that's how you play football. It's crazy. Crazy. Brock is our savior, says Elliot. First, it was the Brady 6. Now it's the Purdy 8. Man, if he scratches anywhere near Tom Brady's career, I'm going to be the happiest guy in the world. 30-plus TDs this year. He's got it. I think it's possible. I definitely think with the weapons they have and the way he's so efficient, and they move the ball down the field so easily sometimes, right? Christine says, people need to go back and watch Purdy in college. She says, I have watched some of the games, even some of his high school games. Yeah, you go back and watch the film. He has been doing this for a long time, man. He really has. And watching his college tape, he's good. He's a good quarterback. He's just smart. He sees the field. He scans it. He knows how to read a defense. In the NFL, it's a little different, obviously, but the game, you can tell it's slowing down. He scans his escapability when there's free rushers coming in. He's able to, when he did that spin move, he had Minkah Fitzpatrick coming out there, and he spun on the defensive lineman, and then you see Minkah coming, and he just dots up Deebo Samuel. That is a good quarterback, right? That's a grown-ass man. That's a hell of a quarterback making that pass. And he did multiple, like, throws on the run where he had to step up on the pocket. There was another one, flush to the right. He comes up, pressure comes in. He steps in, evades it, and throws at the right at the line of scrimmage. Gets, I think it was Aiyuk on the right side. That was a phenomenal play. Just so many good plays. The touchdown to Aiyuk, dimed it. I mean, and then people say he doesn't have arm strength. He lit it in there. And then Aiyuk did the rest. But Purdy's great quarterback, man. Great throw, absolutely. Drips PM says, "Yo, Raj, we wearing red this week. We are wearing red. We are painting LA red. I don't know whose jersey I'm gonna wear this week. I'm probably gonna wear CMC, but I want to wear Deebo because I know he's gonna go wild. Deebo is my boy. I think Deebo's gonna go absolutely wild on Sunday, but we'll see. It's gonna be so crazy to see the 49ers wearing red on the road. That I just can't get over that. That is the pettiest thing in the world, and I absolutely love it. The Petty Kings. Sofa says, do I have a Purdy jersey? Not yet. I think I might need to, right? I might have to get a Purdy jersey. I don't. Does anybody have a Purdy jersey in the chat today? Does anybody have a Purdy jersey? I want to get one. I need to get the quarterback. I want to get a Purdy jersey. I might have to. Yeah, we'll see. I don't yet. I do not. I don't know who my next jersey is going to be. I don't know. We'll see. Drip says Deebo's going to have 70-plus yards this weekend, calling it. 70 is light work for him. I think Deebo gets 100 yards, at least. 100 yards, total yards of scrimmage. I think at least 100 yards. He's going crazy. Elliot says, I was going to get one, but had to get Bosa. That's a good choice. I think Bosa is definitely probably the best choice right now. He signed a 5-year deal. You know he's going to be on the team for a while. That's the only thing I hate getting jerseys sometimes, especially younger guys. If they haven't got an extension, it's like, man, are they going to keep this guy or not? And, you hate to get jerseys of players that end up not staying, But I think Brock, if he can have a good, successful year this year, they'll extend him and he'll be a Niner for a long time. So, and it's fun to have the quarterback jersey, Sofa says, my next jersey is either Drake or Purdy. Those are good choices. Ooh, Drake. I like that. Drake Jackson's a good choice. It's a good young player on the rise. I want to get a Hufanga jersey. I don't have a Hufanga jersey. and I feel like I need to get that 29. I need to get that Hufanga jersey. That is a cold-blooded jersey, and I want to get it. Peter Parker says, my next jersey is going to be a home red Kittle and Bosa. I got a Kittle. I got the throwback Kittle. I do have a Bosa. I think I want to get a Hufanga. I do have a Aiyuk, but I didn't buy it. It was one that was gifted to me, and it's really big. It's like a signed jersey, so it's cool to have. But I want to actually, you know what? Maybe I should get an Aiyuk one. I don't have like a regular Aiyuk jersey that I could wear. Maybe I'll get one. So we'll see. Fred, you got to get the Fred. I got a Fred. Fred jersey is one of the first ones I bought. Actually, that was when the red throwbacks came out. That's the one. That's the first one I bought was the Fred Warner. That's a good jersey. That's a good one. How many sacks? Ooh, get Greenlaw. There's so many good players. Like, look at Polish. There's so many good players. You can probably get a jersey for every freaking player, man. Oh, man. Christine says, how many sacks do I think Drake Jackson will get? Drake Jackson will have 2 sacks because this is the thing. The 49ers, they have so much pressure from Hargrave. They have a lot of pressure from Bosa and Armstead. Drake Jackson's going to be a free man. Plel and Farrell. I think Drake Jackson's going to have 2 sacks. He'll have 5 after Sunday. Bay Area, you think Kittle will get some action on Sunday? Yeah, he played on Sunday last week. He got a little bit of action, but, they were trying to be light with him. He was coming off the groin injury. I think Kittle will be more refreshed. He'll be a little bit healthier this week. I think Kittle will have a better game this week. I think at least 5-6 catches. I think Kittle will have a nice little game. So, Boogie says, did I catch Hargrave on the Sherman show? No. I will watch it after the stream. Everybody's telling me today. I got to see it, man. I got to see it. Everybody's hyped up on Hargrave on the Sherman. Y'all have been coming in here telling me that. I got to check it out. What was the thing he said that really stuck out to you guys? Because I've seen a lot of people today in the chat said, have you seen the Hargrave Sherman? I'm going to check it out after I'm done here. I just haven't had a chance. I was working all day. So I'm excited to see it, man. Did I see CMC on Bustin' with the Boys? Yeah, I did see the CMC interview with Bustin' with the Boys. That was cool, man. He shout out the receivers and all the blocking. And, CMC's he's one of the boys. He's always like, him and George Kittle are always on Bustin' with the Boys. It's pretty cool. Bustin' with the Boys. I saw that with CMC on it. That was cool. All these players have so many they're all doing like media. Did you see Debo Samuel? He's on Up and Adams with Hey K Adams. They're a good duo. That was a good little segment, little podcast. So if you guys watch Hey K Adams, Up and Adams, she has her own little show now. She used to be on Good Morning Football. She was probably their best. She was good. I miss her on that show, but she's really good. She had an interview yesterday with Debo Samuel, and he is that was a good little duo there. Yeah, fun to hear them compare notes with Kyle. It's always fun to hear all this good stuff. And the Niners have a lot of players doing media now. Pretty cool. I think that's smart though, because eventually they're going to be not in the NFL, and you want to make sure that your future successful. You want to have a good, secure job after you're done with the NFL, because these players, their career is not guaranteed for the life, for their life. So they're going to make their money as much as they can, and afterwards, they want to get into media. They want to get into analyst job, all types of stuff. And then now you see a lot of these players really getting into it now. Draymond Green, he has a podcast, right? An NBA player. And I see a lot more players. Now the NFL, we got Richard Sherman, who has his little show. But a lot of players are doing this more. It's cool to see all the 49ers. Kittle, he does it. He's been all over the podcast world. But, eventually when they retire, we're going to continue to follow them. And they're great speakers. They're all well-spoken. They all have a lot of interesting things to say. They can get other guests, other athletes on their shows. And it's really cool to see. Just like the Kelce's, right? The Kelce brothers, they have their whatever the name of their show. I can't remember the name of it, but they got their podcast. A great show. It's great. Those two do numbers with their media. So when they're done playing in the NFL, they're going to have it set. They're going to have a great show, and they're going to continue to be making money. And, it can lead to other venture sponsors and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see players nowadays just taking on the media roles and, having podcasts and stuff. So, yeah, 49ers, though, they have so many. Fred Warner has one. Aiyuk Armstead has one. Debo with Hey K Adams. You see Kittle has his podcast, his family. Christian McCaffrey, he goes on a bunch of shows. So Fred Warner's always on a bunch of shows. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Fred Warner. He does. He has him and his wife have one too now, right? Yeah, I saw that. Catching up with the Warners or something. Pretty cool. 49er Raj, he says he talked about how Kyle is very detailed and the smartest coach he's been around. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Kyle's a smart guy, man. People give him crap, but he is a very, very innovative guy. People copy Kyle. People copy him. He just needs to get over the hump and win the big one. When he finally wins the Super Bowl, people will give him his flowers. But until then, he will continue to get disrespected. People copy. Look at all the coaches in the league that are from the Kyle Shanahan tree. Oh, the Shanahan tree, his dad, LaFleur, you got Sala, you got D'Amico, you got Mike McDaniels. That's just the short list. There's even more. McVay. The list goes on and on. It's crazy. He has so many disciples. The guy's an amazing coach. So, yeah, Arik Armstead started one. So many. Let's see. Any other last questions? A couple more questions here. It was fun. Brandon Aiyuk. Again, shout out to Brandon Aiyuk. Let's recap. Brandon Aiyuk just said his name 3 straight times. I hope it's not like Beetlejuice where, that happens. But my boy B.A., Offensive Player of the Week. Put some respect on his name. Wide receiver 1, B.A. 1K. The guy's coming for blood. He said he's going to take off this year, and he means it. And then NFL FedEx Ground Player of the Week, Christian McCaffrey, the leading runner in the NFL, 152 yards after week 1. This guy's a beast. So good. They both get some recognition. It's really cool to see that. 49ers are right now ranked as the #1 team in the NFL. Top of the charts, man. And everybody loves us. If you see all the media, they're being so positive. The Niners are great. They're the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Everybody loves us now. Like I said yesterday, top of the charts, back in their hearts. Everybody is switching up. They all want to ride for the 49ers. But guess what? If you weren't riding with the team in the first place, get out of here, man. We don't want you around. Let's see. Drip says, not going to lie, but it's annoying how they hyping the Cowboys. The Cowboys are a big media team. The 49ers are a big media team. They're going to hype up the Dallas. People love the Cowboys. They've always been a big media team, like America's team. And if they do good, it's great for ratings because Texas is a huge state. Dallas is a big football, city. Like Dallas is football. So if the 49ers are good, it's good for TV. It's good for media. If the Dallas Cowboys are good, it's good for them. So absolutely, they're going to hype them up. They're going to hype both these teams up. But the media they love the Cowboys. And I'll tell you what, I kind of feel, I know it's early. I know it's week 1. I might be getting, lost in the sauce of the hype of week 1. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know everybody thinks it's going to be Philly and Niners and the collision course. What if the NFL wants it to be the Cowboys and the Niners, NFC Championship? The ratings would be golden. The money, I don't know. I think the Eagles, Niners, and Cowboys, though, those 3 teams, when it's all said and done, it's gonna be those 3 teams in the NFC. But we'll see. Yeah, Drunks is exactly my point. Eagles are now the underdogs. How one game changes the. You see how every week it's a week-to-week league. This league is wild. Week to week, every week, things are going to change like that. Wild. The NFL is crazy. Susan says, do I think Jerry Jones took Trey to get Niner intel? Absolutely. Absolutely. He got that dirt on the Niners. Because if you really think about it, the last few times the Niners and the Cowboys have played, been a very, very close game. Comes down to the wire, the last play. And I feel like they just couldn't do enough to beat the Niners because of, the Niners had their number. But it was close. Maybe they did get Trey to get some intel. They're going to ask them. They're going to dig deep. At the very least, that's part of it. Whenever players go to another team, I'm sure that they ask them. So tell me about the 49ers offense. Brock is a top 2 quarterback in the NFC, a boogie. You know what? Shady McCoy said that today, and I think people are realizing. Let's look at the NFC quarterbacks. Okay, Kirk Cousins, he puts up big numbers, but he's prone to making mistakes. He can't win a big game. Okay, Kirk Cousins is decent. Jared Goff, I'll give him his credit. He's started a little bit up and down mid in his career. Couldn't get the Rams over the hump. They went to the Super Bowl. He looked like he was just this mid quarterback. But with the Lions, You got great weapons around him. He's had a renaissance. Jared Goff's not bad. Brock Purdy, though, I think he has potential to be better than him. Geno Smith, come on, man. Jalen Hurts, great quarterback. He's definitely the best in the NFC. Dak Prescott, he's up and down. I think Brock can be better than him. And then you got, who else do we have in the NFC? You got Geno Smith. Come on. Stop playing games. Matt Stafford, I give him respect. He's been a great veteran. He's got the numbers. He's got the Super Bowl. Maybe you put Brock below him. It's close. Brock's definitely close to the top of that NFC quarterbacks. A lot of people are going to be realizing by the end of the season, Brock's going to be one of those top quarterbacks in the NFC, and people are going to not be happy with it. But we'll see what happens this weekend. Ariel says, wearing our home jerseys at Levi's South is his unseen level of disrespect. And I love it. It's so petty. Ariel, I absolutely love it that the 49ers are wearing home jerseys. They're wearing home jerseys on a road game. We've officially taken over SoFi Stadium. That you can't spell SoFi without the SF, man. I'm excited. I can't wait. I cannot wait for Sunday. I appreciate you guys. I can't wait for this game. I'm going to hop off now, but make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. Tell your friends. Our SF 49ers is back on YouTube. We restarted Our SF 49ers live. So if you got people that that used to follow the other page, just let them know we moved. And let's get them to subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. It does help the page. And I hate saying all that stuff because it sounds like, oh, make sure you like the channel. It does help. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Let's help grow the YouTube community, because eventually, once we grow this community, we can actually post more stuff. You're limited when you restart a page and you don't have a lot of, following and subscribers. You're very limited in what you can do in YouTube. As you grow, you can do a lot more. So appreciate the support on all platforms. I love you guys. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Your rest of your night. I know I came home late, but hey, have a good one. Appreciate you. I'll probably hop on IG a little later after I eat some dinner. I'm hungry. Stay blessed. Go Niners. Shout out to Brandon Aiyuk, NFC Offensive Player of the Week. My boy.